going to be using your 3 probably lower bands. The heavier bands we'll be using towards the end of February. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Better lighting. Just right, Gina. All right, 6:37. So because we haven't done this sort of workout together, it's going to be today's going to be a bit about figuring out working out all the kinks and getting things sorted. I did, for those who are signed up to the online resource, I did my video this afternoon. And so there's lots of really great information on why we strength train, the concept of progressive overload, which is new to some of you, and to others who've worked with a trainer or done any kind of formal training will know. This is something new. I mean, even in the time I was with the Warlocks, we did the same circuit over and over and over and over again. And that's what we did. What we're changing it up to do this year is we have the opportunity to increase the load to make the exercises tougher. What happens in that regard then is that we have 2 things happen. There's the neurological response that our brain has to tell our muscles, wow, this is heavier. I need more units. I need more muscle fibers contributing to make this movement happen. So there's a great neurological benefit to resistance training, to strength resistance training, because we've been doing resistance training with our body weight up until now. And then the concept of progressive overload, which means that we're challenging our muscles and we're continuing to challenge our muscles. What happens is the fibers start to tear slightly. Sure, Alan, I can do that. And as they, sorry guys, I lost my train of thought. So what happens is when we overload the muscles, they start to break down. They get tiny tears in them. As those tears heal, that's how our muscles get bigger. That's how they get stronger. So recovery, and I talk about this in the video, is equally as important as the workout. All right. So if you haven't been building even an active recovery day into your training right now, make sure you're doing that. And I recommend that it is an active recovery day. So active recovery can be going for a walk, going for a light jog, doing yoga, doing your mobility training, doing something else that isn't taxing to your system, right? That you're not back to back doing strength training. You need that time for your muscles to repair so that they're ready to go the next time. I also talk about the fact that you should feel sore if you've picked the right load. Okay, that's really important. But I don't want you to feel pain. There should not be an acute pain to this, that you should feel like you had a really good workout, right? And what's going to happen is as these next 4, possibly 6 weeks go on, as we continue to increase the resistance, you're going to find that you're going to be able to do the same range of motion, but with heavier resistance. How that translates to paddling is in a dragon boat, because I can't speak to individual boats. In a dragon boat, we pull approximately 45 pounds on our paddle resistance. Okay. And so if everybody is strong and can pull, like I think about a rock. If I take a 50-pound rock and I tie a rope around it, some of you, almost all of us, will move it, but some of us will move it slower than others. And that directly correlates to speed in the boat. The faster we can move that rock, the faster we're going to get it across the finish line, right? So your boat, your body weight, all of those things are our rock, and we want to move it. So the more strength we have, the more strength we can bring to this, the more effective you're going to be as a paddler. I also talk in the video about just our health benefits for strength training. And, you know, for a long time, we were like cardio, cardio, cardio. Everybody needs cardio. And we do need cardio for our cardiovascular health and for our endurance, for making it through the race. But the difference is that after 40, and I would say the majority of the people on this call are over 40, we start to lose our bone density. We start to, Sylvan's not sure, where we start to lose muscle mass, and our metabolism slows down. And there's nothing we can do about that. But in strength training, we can slow it down. We can slow down that reversal. So even just for your daily activities of living, strength training and building your muscle is a benefit. So there's lots of great stuff about that. And that's why I'm so excited to do this next set with you. And then again in March, that's when we're going to start moving to circuit work. We're still going to be doing exercises, body weight, resistance bands, all of that. But what I want you to think about mostly over the next month is form. Am I working the right muscles? Am I feeling it where I think I should feel it? And we'll review that as we go along. So for those who have the same band as the Canoe Club, you've got a yellow, a green, and a red. And these ones are great because they actually have it stitched right on there as to what your load is going to be. So the yellow ones are a 10, the green ones are a 20, and the red ones are a 30, I believe. And then they've got navy and black. So I brought the first 3 out today, and that's where we'll start, because we're going to do 4 rounds of 10 reps of the exercises. So, you know, if you haven't done a lot of weights, you may even want to just start with the yellow band and see how those first 10 reps go. And then you may want to go up. The challenge with resistance bands is the fact that they go up in 10-pound increments. But it's a resistance. It's not like taking a 10-pound dumbbell and a 20-pound dumbbell, right? If I'm trying to do an exercise with a 10-pound dumbbell and then I pick up a 20, my head kind of drops down, right? So you're not going to see it as much. What you want to feel tonight is you want to feel kind of fatigued by reps 8, 9, and 10. That's what you want to feel, okay? And then you know you've picked the right resistance. So today is going to be a bit of trial and error. It's going to be a little bit of figuring it out, but we'll get through it. So in the email that went out, there were 2 different resistance band or strength training workouts for Zoom. So those will be our Monday and our Saturday workouts for the next 2 weeks. And then there was a circuit on there as well, which are our Wednesday workouts for the next 2 weeks. Once we're back at the tank, I'm eliminating the circuit work and we'll go to 3 strength training because you'll have that time in the tank. And I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions before we get started? Go ahead, Bonnie, unmute. TheraBands are just fine. Yep, TheraBands are just fine, no problem. The only challenge that people with TheraBands will have is when we get to the superset. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to talk about. So those who got the email know we're moving into what we call a superset. So we have 5 rounds, but each round has 2 exercises. So we do exercise A, exercise B, take a little break, A, B, and we go through all 4 rounds doing those 2 exercises. Then we kind of get our 2 minutes rest. There's 2 advantages to that. One is it allows us to reset our bands, right? It allows us to kind of get, because I cleared out an area, that's why I was a bit late getting on the call, down my hallway so I can show you the door exercises. If you don't have a door accessible, we'll have to figure it out. But what I've done is for the Zoom, we're going to have the door exercises, and then for the tank, we're going to attach them actually to the rowers. Because if you can pull a rowing erg on a resistance band, you probably should be leading this and not watching me. So I think we'll be okay. Anyway, so we'll do 2 exercises, and then you'll get the rhythm of a superset. The whole point of a superset is that you want to fatigue these muscles. We are all about fatigue, not exhausted fatigue like the end of a circuit, but your muscles are going to feel like they've worked. Okay, so it's very different than anything at least I've done with you in the past. But I do think you're going to see some really great benefits to it as we move forward. All right. So let's start with our warm-up. Anybody else got any questions before we start our warm-up? No? We're good? Oh, go ahead, Sylvan.
Do we wear shoes or socks or?
You know what? I still am barefoot. That's really up to you. I don't think only in the pull down, if you had socks on, would you maybe slide. But I think if you've got good grip, you should be okay. That should be it. So anyways, the warm-up's a little bit different this time. I wanted to do a little bit more mobility dynamic movements so that we're nice and warm as we're pulling more weight. So there's a few changes. So our warm-up starts with a dead bug. We stay on the floor. I will call you through these and we'll do them together. Then we go to hydrants, alternating legs. Then we get up to do our squats, do some jumping jacks to get our heart rate going, our good mornings, which are our hip extensions. Then we're going to do something called big circles. So big circles are really just a trunk rotation. So my coach calls it the boxer's move. So you're down here, you're coming up. I'm not extending my back this way, okay? I'm coming up to a neutral spine, going down, and then coming back the other way. So when I call big circles, that's what I'll be doing and what I'll be looking for. And then we'll be finishing with our YTWL and our skaters. So let's get started with our warm-up. Let's get warm, and then we'll go through the first superset together, which will be done on our mats together. So you're going to be down on your mat because we're going to start with dead bug. So in dead bug, your knees are at tabletop, arms are straight in the air, you're dropping your opposite arm and leg and bringing them back up to center. Resetting, switching. This is not a fast movement. This is about control. You're pushing your spine into your mat and you're trying to contract your abs. You're trying to think about your belly button pressing your spine. Rolling over, we're doing fire hydrants. So you're on tabletop. If you have a male dog, you're visiting a fire hydrant on either side. You're trying to keep your body stable. You're not rocking open. You're keeping everything stabilized. And you're just lifting each knee. Resetting at the bottom. Working on that external rotation of the hips. Then we're up. We're up for squats. So full range of motion. Up nice and strong. Moving into jumping jacks. You need to modify. Great, Joan. Good work. Ten more seconds. Pick it up a bit. Switching to our good mornings. Nice soft knees. Arms up. Hinging. Up nice and strong. Hinge. Up strong. Also have your hands here. If you're finding that your balance is being challenged, or you can have your hands here. Going into our big circles. So dropping from the waist, around up to neutral spine, coming back around, Switching direction. Don't lock your knees. Keep your knees nice and soft. Moving into our shoulder conditioning. Slight bend at the waist. Y, T, W, L. Y, T, W, L. Y, T, W, L. One more. Y, T, W, L. Finishing 30 seconds of skaters or curtsy lunge. Make sure you're pushing into that lateral movement like a spring. Get your arms in the movement, get your heart rate up. Ten more seconds. Good work, everybody. Get a drink. So we have he's not a visitor, he's not a stranger. Tim, do you want to unmute? Say hello to everybody.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I joined late. I did not mean to. Meant to be 6:30, just a little busy. It's great to see everyone and good to see everyone's active, and that's great. This is such a huge turnout. Or at least for me, this looks like a huge turnout.
Good to see you, Tim.
Yeah. So are you working out with us tonight, Tim?
That's the hope, yeah, if I'm allowed to stay on.
Oh, absolutely you are.
All right, thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so let's talk about our supersets. So we're starting with a chair get up, which is a very modified pistol squat, right? This is challenging our balance. This is challenging our hips. So you're going to do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. So you're going to sit, you don't sit back in the chair. You want to sit a bit forward in the chair. You're going to pick which leg you're going to take off and you drive up. And you drive up. Okay, I want to see you really. Annie, move closer to a counter so you've got something for balance. If you're worried about your balance, have something nearby because I don't want anybody to fall over. So that's our A exercise of our superset. Our B exercise is our deadlift. So this is where we're going to start bringing in the resistance bands. I would say most of the ladies would be into a green band. The guys could probably do a red, maybe even heavier. You don't need your handles for the deadlift with this one. So you're going to put your feet in like you're in a skipping rope. And I just hold on to kind of the clip areas because with the bands I have too much slack. All right, I've got nice soft knees. I'm hinged forward. I'm going to drive up nice and strong. I'm going to come down. I'm going to drive up nice and strong. Okay, everybody got the motion on that one? All right, so let's give this a whirl. So remember, we're doing 4 sets of this. We're going to go from the chair get up to the deadlift, back to the chair get up. We'll go through 4 cycles of this, then we'll take a break. All right, there'll be a bit of a break in between. So maybe just try a couple of your bands. With the TheraBands, Bonnie, you're going to get more resistance the more you choke up on the band, right? The tighter you keep it, that's going to add more resistance. Goes the same for everyone, but definitely with the TheraBands because you don't have a handle. All right, but we're going to start with the chair get-ups. So everybody find your position in the chair. 5 on one leg, 5 on the other leg. You want to drive right up, go sideways. You want to come right up to standing and come back down. Okay? So on your own time, 5 on one leg. Go. If you need to drop your foot at the end of the movement for balance, go ahead and do that. And what we learned in 1A is we have to keep challenging our balance. Good work, everyone. We'll get lots of practice at this. All right, ready to switch legs? All right, switching legs. Other side of our chair, get up. Go. Driving up nice and strong. Thinking about that leg propelling your torso up towards the ceiling. Think about your legs doing the movement. Your body is not thrusting yourself up. Bonnie, move your chair a little bit closer maybe, okay? You're doing great, but I think you're reaching too far. All right. There we go. 1A down. Moving to our deadlift. Take your band. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Soft knees. We're moving down into a hip hinge, just like we do with our good mornings. Pulling up nice and strong. For 10. Make sure, keep going, that you're not going into a squat. This is a hip hinge. I have my soft knees, but they're not breaking like that. They're just soft because you don't want them locked out. Think about this part of your hip pushing yourself up. And make sure that you're not rocking back at the end of the movement into that back extension.
Can you show the movement again, please?
Sure. So my feet are about shoulder width apart. My knees are soft. They're not like this, okay? I'm not going into a squat. They're just soft. Here they're locked. There they're soft, right? I'm pushing my bum back. That's going back. And I'm coming down. And now I'm standing up to a neutral spine. But this is where the push is coming from here. It's not my body driving me back. It's my legs pushing me back up to standing. All right. We got 3 more shots at this today, guys. Let's go back to our chairs. Round 2 of our chair get-ups. So this is a bit of mental work as well. Think about, either find a focus point, find something that's going to let you get right up. And you're going to do 5 on each side. Keep your arm on that counter, Annie. If that hip's bugging you, Annie, just do a lunge pulse, okay? More of a split squat for me then. Do this one. All right? All right. Did everybody switch legs? I was too busy keeping an eye on you guys. All right. Okay. Move into our deadlifts. So again, going to be about, the wider your feet are apart, the more tension you're going to have on your band, right? Everybody ready? So the hip hinge back, up nice and strong. Controlled back down, strong up. Good work. All right. Everybody finish. Switching to our chairs pistol squats. Guys, you're going to be aces at these after the 2 weeks. So ready? Think about driving yourself. Your body is not propelling. It's coming from your legs. It's like leg driving a boat. We're driving up. Driving up. Make sure that opposite foot is not on the ground unless you absolutely need it for balance. So it is a one-leg get up. This is challenging. I promised you guys harder. Moving into our deadlift. Go sideways. Again, my knees are soft. I'm about hip width distance apart. I'm choking up so I can even feel a bit of resistance when I'm down at the starting position of the movement. And then I really feel that resistance as I come back up. 10 in total. One other thing in your deadlift, try and keep your hands controlled. I'm seeing a few of you kind of going into this relaxed motion. So I want you to think about, again, we talk about robot arms when we do some of the exercises. Think about keeping those arms on the outside of your hips, just outside in the motion. All right, we got one more in this superset, then we switch. All right. When you're ready, go into your chair pistol squats, 5 on each leg. That's better, Sylvan. Keep your other leg closer to the ground, Sylvan. You're trying to check there. That's better. Keep that down and push up. I'm not up here. I'm not trying to do that. I know you're an overachiever, so try and keep that leg closer. After you've done the 5, switch. Nice work there, MJ. Those look great. Good work, everyone. I'll tell you a little secret. Even Tim's struggling with this one. This is a really good challenge for you guys. All right, moving into our deadlift. Nice, Bonnie. All right. Again, make sure you've got some tension there, that it's not just loose and your hands are staying just outside kind of your hip area and you're driving up and coming back down with control. driving up, back down with control. From what I'm seeing, most of you can go up a band the next time we do this workout for this exercise. But good work. All right, let's take a minute, grab a quick drink. Then we're going to move into number 2, which is going to be our lateral raise and our hammer curls. I would say for the majority, you'll be in a yellow band, the 10-pound or the 20-pound resistance max for this one. So I'm going to swap out to my green band. One of the things that you can do, I don't think I'll have to see if we have to do it in this one or not. You can have more than one band attached to your carabiner at a time to make it faster to switch. But because we're in strength training, there is enough time to change them. And I think I've tried to match the exercises up so you don't have to worry about it. So lateral raise. So I'm going to put my hands or my feet like they were in that deadlift position. My knees are soft and I'm just coming straight up and back down. What you don't want to do is let the band snap you back down. So you're coming up and coming back down. So up nice and strong and back down. So let's do 10 of those together. If you find that there's too much resistance, you can even put the band in one foot and have one foot just slightly behind the other, and that will take a bit of the tension off the band. All right, so nice straight limbs, nice straight pedaling limbs. We're up and we're down. Up strong, controlled back down. This is where you can really feel the effect of the resistance band, because it would be very easy to just let gravity and the resistance band snap us back down. So how do you know if you have the right resistance on this exercise? If it's easy to lift your hand up over shoulder height, you need more resistance. You should be hitting the top end of range of motion as you're about there, like you're about to punch straight out. Okay, so if you've only got one foot in the band, go to 2 feet in the band. And again, this week we're working it out, so I wouldn't get too concerned about are you actually getting to the end of where you need to be, where your comfort level is right now, but just so that you know where you want to be. So now we're going to go into hammer curls. For hammer curls, your hands are beside and you're coming straight up and you're going down. I'm going to not use my handles. I'm going to hold on to my band and I'm going to come up to the top of my range of motion and down. So we go back into those robot arms. And again, if you've got too much resistance, you can stagger your feet, come up and down. My elbows are tucked. They're not moving. I'm just flexing and extending my elbow and getting as much range of motion as I can. Exhaling on the way up. Good work, guys. All right, back to our lateral raise. So think about your body position. You want to come up nice and strong. I want to be, oh, my arms are out like Frankenstein. And I'm coming back down. Up strong, back down. For 10. Nice. Good work. Give your shoulders a shake and get into position for hammer curls. Number 2 of our hammer curls. Again, think about how that first round felt and go from there. In a hammer curl, my thumbs are pointing up and I'm coming up and I'm going down. Up nice and strong, controlled back down. Good work. Make sure you're keeping those elbows tucked and they're not kind of wiggling around while you're doing that. You've got a nice solid frame, you're engaging your core, you're coming up strong and releasing. All right, number 3 of our lateral raise. Switching your leg position. So up strong, controlled down. For 10. Watch that you're not jerking the motion. Do you see how I'm coming up smooth? I'm coming up strong, but I'm not wrenching it, okay? Because the challenge there is that you can injure your shoulder. So think more about pulling. You may not get all the way up here in your range of motion, even on the lightest tension, depending on where you're at in your journey. And that's okay. So get up to that range of motion. Maybe it's down here today. I guarantee by the end of the month, it'll be at shoulder height. Into hammer curls, everybody. Up nice and strong and down. One of the beauties of resistance bands is it actually does help prevent injury, which is very easy to do with a dumbbell. Good work. Those ones are a little bit easier to manage than the first set. I'll give you guys that one. All right, last round of lateral raise. And then moving into our last round of hammer curls, and then we'll switch. Okay, so nice and strong on the up to wherever you feel that end of that tension is. Where does that band go? And back down. That's better. Excellent. Much better, guys. Moving into our hammer curls. Again, a hammer curl. So a bicep curl would be like this, where my wrists are facing towards you. I want you for this session, we're doing hammer curls. So our thumbs are pointing up, elbows are tucked, we're coming up strong and going back down. We're working on a different area of our bicep. If you're thinking about the timing of these exercises, the way I've calculated them, they use the word tempo, right? And we know all about tempo with paddling. So I've got you on a 2-1. So down for 2, up for 1. Down for 2, up for 1. And that'll help to keep you on pace. Good work. All right. Set 3, bent over row and push up. So push up, you can do whatever form of push up you were doing prior to this. What I want you to do though, and I'm seeing some people who are starting to adapt to their level of push up. So they're at the wall and they're doing great at the wall. One of two things has to happen. If you don't feel that those last couple of reps are a challenge for you, then I want you to take your feet a little bit further away from the wall and increase that plane, okay? So if I can see you just ripping off 10 push-ups, then you need to start challenging your body, right? This is about the overload, so you need to move back if you're at the wall, or you need to think about, do you go to a counter, do you go to a bench? Again, make sure anything like that is secure and isn't going to slide, because I don't want any injuries. Or, if you've been doing it at a counter or at a bench, is it time to go to your knees? And if you're at your knees, maybe you want to try a few on your toes. Try the first couple on your toes. You can always go to your knees, right? But challenge yourself. This month coming up is all about the challenge. So for bent over row, we're basically using the same sort of form we used for the lateral raise. So my feet are hip width distance apart. I've got a bit more bend in my knee and I'm leaning forward, right? If the modification for this exercise is to be a bit taller, you really want to be more than 45 degrees, pulling up nice and strong. My elbows are breaking the plane of my back, right? So up nice and strong and coming back down. So 10 of those, up and down. You don't want your back rounded. Keep your frame nice and strong. Good work there, Annie. And again, the more you choke up on the resistance bands, the tighter it's going to be. So if you're using the handles and you're not getting enough, like I say, that those last 10 reps you're feeling fatigued, then just grab either the fabric part where it's attaching to the carabiner, or you can choke up on the band. But that was good. Good form, everybody. Moving into push-ups. So whatever form of push-up you've been doing, but with a little bit of extra challenge. Okay, we're not doing the diamond or the hover. They're just traditional push-ups.
How wide do you want the arms?
Regular. They don't have to be close grip. These aren't for triceps. They're just traditional. So I'm about here. Remember those arrow arms, everyone? I don't want your arms out at 90. Arrow arms. Remember, you're in that lever position. Annie, tuck your bum in a little bit. There you go. Good work. Joan, tuck the butt in a little bit. Push up nice and strong. Try and get as much range of motion as you can. Nice, MJ. Gina, you can take half a step back. But your form was very good. That's better. Leading with your chest. Nice. All right, when you're done, we're back into our bent over row. Again, the difference between our circuit work that we've been doing, where we've kind of just been flowing from exercise to exercise, so we do take a minute to catch our breath here and get ourselves set up properly with our form for the exercise. If you're finding that the resistance is too much, you have the ability to keep your feet a bit closer together. And if you want more, take your feet a bit wider apart. You can see my elbows are coming straight back. Nice, Alan. Up strong, down 2. Up strong, down 2. Up strong, down 2. 10 in total. Think about your back. Make sure it's not rounded. Nice, Trish. It's good form. Those look great, Bonnie. Good work. When you're done, reset for round 2 of push-ups. On your own time, 10 push-ups, go. Those look good, Jamie. Just make sure your body's in that lever position. Nice arm placement, Sylvan. Good work, Gina. Annie, I need you to straighten that body out. Tuck that bum in a little bit. I know, makes them harder. Nice work, everyone. Is your wrist bothering you, MJ? Maybe just watch where you're placing on the piano, because maybe you're putting extra tension on your wrist, okay?
I don't do that on the floor because it hurts my wrist. So that's why I
Yes.
have the piano, but it still hurts a bit.
But just watch maybe, and I can't see because you're farther away, so I can't really see. But if where you're putting your hand on the piano is forcing it back, then that's going to cause some discomfort for you. So you may even have to kind of move your hands up a little bit on the piano. So just kind of play with that hand placement so that you're not getting all of that extra tension and pressure there.
Okay.
Okay? And
Yep.
see how that feels. All right? Okay. All right, bent over row. Round 3. Find a good comfortable pace. Again, the working phase is a 1, so up for 1 and then down for 2. You should feel those shoulder blades retracting at the top of the movement. If we were at the tank, I should be able to come and put my hand on your back and feel those shoulder blades. Nice work, Annie. Watch you're also not breaking your wrist in the movement, that your hand is all on the same plane, that you're not pulling your wrist one way or the other to pull up. If that's the case, you've got too much resistance on your band. Nalini, I need you to bend forward a bit more. You're a bit tall. I need you to come a little bit more. There. Nice. That's perfect form. Good work. All right. Once you're done, down for round 3 of push-ups. Again, think about that lever body. Think about, are my shoulders stacked over my wrists? Is my pelvis tucked in? Do I have those arrow arms? And am I getting the range of motion to work all the proper muscles? Exhaling on the way up, pushing the ground or the wall away from you. Nice work. Way to challenge yourself, Jamie. I don't know if she's laughing or crying, but she's really picked up her game. Last round of bent over row. Then we switch to our door anchors. So today's all about learning new things, everybody. All right. So when I talk about your body placement, if I see you doing this, then I need you to get more into the stance. I need your back to be more parallel to the ground, and I need to see more tension. You should feel all those muscles working as you pull up nice and strong. Make sure your back isn't rounded and you're not extending your back, that your back is in a neutral spine position. Good work, everyone. Those look good, Trish. Are you feeling that? Trish, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, okay. The form looks really good, and it looks like you've got the right resistance on it. How I can see when I'm watching you guys, how I can tell is, again, if you're just flying through that movement, it's not enough resistance, right? You want to feel at the end of that you're kind of getting to the end of that elastic band. That's how you know you've got the right resistance on it. All right, so I'm going to move my computer over to a door frame, and we'll talk about the door anchor. If you do not have a door anchor, you can do it as long as you have a light enough resistance band. You can tie it to a banister, you can tie it to a doorknob, I say with a little bit of trepidation. The door anchor is the safest way to secure it. We're going to do band pull downs, and we're going to do tricep extensions. If you don't have any way to anchor the band, you can do a band pull down like this, where you're kind of doing almost a rainbow. Okay, that will simulate the movement, although we are doing a straight arm band pull down. That's more of a lat pull down. So if you don't have anywhere to anchor it, you can do that. And for tricep extension, what you can do is the hand, and I can review this. So I always flip my bands behind me. I grab with the other side, and I am pushing away. So you can still do these without the door anchor, but you're going to get a better workout using the door anchor. And again, if you have your set, the door anchor looks like a little donut, and it's got a little mesh piece attached to it.
How far up on the door should we put it?
I'm gonna show you in a second. So we'll take
okay.
a minute to get this set up. So I'm gonna turn my video off. I'm gonna walk across my basement, and I'll get it set up for you. And I won't be able to see you guys for a little bit. All right. All right. So welcome to my hallway. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. All right. Welcome to my hallway, everyone. All right. So for those of us who are vertically challenged, you may need a stool for this part of it. So this is ideally, you want a door that closes towards you. You can do it with a door that shuts the other way. Just make sure that it's very secure before you do the exercise, and make sure nobody's going to walk in on you. I don't want to see any catastrophes. I'm going to go to the middle of my door, and I'm going to just slip the donut over the middle of the door, and then I'm going to pull my door closed. Now that's secure. Whoop. I'm going to fall off my stool. You're going to take your band, and it's going to loop through that. Now, as the weeks go on, if you're using a different resistance, you can have your door anchor set up already, because I'm using the red band for this one. So I'll give everybody a minute to get yourself set up. Actually, I'm going to grab my handles. I'll demonstrate, then I'll give you guys a minute. So when we use the lat pull down machine, if you've used it at the tank, right? It's this motion, right? We're holding the bar and we're coming back and we're going forward. This is a straight arm band pull down where we're going from here and down. So I'm going to attach clips. Oops, I didn't do a very good job. I lost my carabiner. All right. So I'm going to stand away from my door, hoping that my hallway is big enough. And I'm going to pull down and I'm going to release. And I'm going to pull down and I'm going to release. All right. So that's exercise A. Exercise B is your tricep extension. So we've got it anchored here. I'm going to walk away until I feel that tension. And I'm going to push forward and I'm going to come back. Trying to keep your elbows more in front of your head and extend it. All right. Did you guys see that? Did everybody see it? All right. Anybody have any questions? Nice, Anne. That's a good door. All right. So let's start.
Gwen, how do I attach a resistance band to the top of the door?
Well, you don't have a door anchor. You have a little bit different one. So what I'm going to get you to do, Bonnie, is I'm going to get you to do different exercises, okay? So let me grab a band and I'll show you what I want you to do. Everybody else, you can get yourself set up. So Bonnie, for the A exercise, I want you to hold out like Frankenstein arms with your band and just do a band pull apart for me like that.
Okay.
Okay? But I want there to be tension. So you really have to choke up so you feel that tension. All right? And you'll do 10 of those for me.
Yep.
Okay?
Yes. Yes, thanks.
No problem. Everybody else, you can get started on your band pull downs. I just need my clip. And I want nice strong arms in the pull down. There we go. I say, I know this isn't ideal, but it does give us the opportunity. So I'm going to stand as far back so I can feel some tension on the band. I probably can even have more space. And I'm going to pull right down and I'm going to release. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together as I'm doing the movement. Down strong, not letting the band snap back up. For 10. Nice strong arms. Good work. All right. Switching to our tricep extension. So again, depending on your space, I'm not going to hold my handles. I'm going to hold the bands themselves. Now here you want the tension kind of at the back end of that movement. And you're going to push forward and come back for a 10. And again, you're going to have to try and figure out, at least this round, where that distance is. Try and keep your elbows pointing forward. You want to get your hands just to the top of your head and then extend straight upward. And you should feel that right through your tricep. All right. If you're ready, switch to band pull down. I'm going to keep an eye on everybody I can see. Make sure you're keeping a neutral spine. That looks great, Anne. Nice. You could even take half a step back. That looks good, Annie. Nice, Tina. Good, Nalini. Nice, Gina. Take maybe a little bit more of a step back so your arms come up a bit higher at the end of the movement. Yeah, you're good there. Ellen and MJ have the perfect hallway for this. Good work. Nice work, everybody. Okay, switching to our tricep extension. Keep an eye on you and then I'll demo again. Good position there, Anne. That's great. Nalini, make sure that you're not moving your whole arm, that it's just an extension this way. So you may need to step further away from the door. Looks good, Alan and MJ. Good, Sylvan. Nice, Trish. Good, Annie. Very nice, Tina. Joan, don't rock forward. I want you to stay vertical, and it's just your elbows that are flexing and extending. Better. Good work, everybody. Take a second, move into round 3. Now you've got a feel for it. So you know where your body needs to be positioned. Get in position and go for 10 reps. Down strong, coming back up. Your finishing position should be about where your lateral raise is. You want to be your arms are parallel to the floor. So you may have to change your arm position on your band. Again, my wrists are straight. I'm not breaking my wrists to do the movement. Nice. Good work, everybody. Keeping your body in alignment. Your body should not be rocking in the movement. When you're ready, switch to your tricep extensions. And again, all you're doing is flexing and extending from the elbow, feeling the work in the tricep. So my arms are not coming forward and my body is not coming forward. So I'm not doing this. So flex and extend from the elbow. I'm leaning slightly forward, but my body is not moving. And I'm leaning forward to just get a little bit more tension on the band. Good work. Make sure those elbows are not flaring out in the motion. That tends to happen when we're tired. Try and keep them tracking straight forward, that those elbows are pointing forward. Good work. All right, everybody finish up. And we'll go into our last round and then we'll be back at the mat. All right, looks like everybody's ready. Getting ready for our pull downs. Last round, go. Watch that you're not cracking your elbows, that this is a straight band pull down, because otherwise then you're bringing your biceps into the movement. Good work, you guys. Nice strong arms. That's great. When you're done, reverse your position and get ready for your tricep extension. All right, when you're ready, go. I'm just going to keep an eye on you guys. Ooh, I can't do it that way. It slides. That's better, Nalini. Good, Tina. Just watch that those elbows aren't rocking too far forward. I know it's different with the bands. With a dumbbell, it's easier. So there's part of the challenge is keeping those elbows in position. Good work, guys. Excellent. When you're done, I'll meet you back at your mats for round 5, which is our ab work. There we go. And we're back to my mat. I know right now a lot of it feels a bit awkward and you might be feeling a bit out of sorts, and that's okay because that's all part of the adaptation of it. And in an ideal situation, we'd be in a gym, we'd have dumbbells, we'd be doing lots of things. Right now, we're doing the best we can with what we have. I think you guys have done a great job tonight. And so we'll just continue on. And like I say, before we hit the end of the month, you guys are going to be rock stars at this. So our last 2 exercises are our windshield wipers. All right. So 10 on each side, which is 20 in the movement in total. And then I'm going to have you hold a 30-second plank. Again, the plank can be whatever form you want it to be. It can be a forearm. It can be a full extension. I want you to think about your body placement and that lever body, okay? This is an isometric. This is activating all those deep core muscles. That's why we want to do the plank. We want to be nice and strong in our paddling. So with windshield wipers, we've done them for a while now. You have 2 options. You can have your knees at tabletop, have your hands out for balance. You're coming over until you feel your shoulders starting to lift. That's the end of your range of motion. And you're swinging nice and strong to your other side. All right? One side to the other side is 1 repetition. You can also have your legs up, but again, you want to be nice and strong in that swing from side to side. So on your own time, 10 in total. Go. Good work. Nice work, everyone. When you're done, roll up to sitting, and then I know you're done. We're going to take a minute to catch our breath. I lost my headband. Move into our plank. I'm going to put our timer on. All right. Everybody ready? Getting into position. Again, you want to keep that pelvis down. You want to keep that body alignment. This is not downward dog. This is plank. Everybody ready? Go. That's perfect alignment, Gina. Great work. Bonnie, that rocks. Beautiful, MJ. Great, Alan. Nice, Jamie. Beautiful, Brenda. This is plank romper room. 12 seconds. Trish, you look rock solid. I can see part of you. Down. Nice work, everybody. Those are so much more improved than when we started at the beginning of the year. Body position was great. All right, take a breath into windshield wipers. Round 2. 4 rounds in total, then you're done. On your own time. 10 on each side, so 20 in total. Go. Try and keep those knees together as much as you can. You want your legs moving as one unit. They're a pendulum. They're swinging. You're feeling that contraction at the end of the movement with your obliques. When you're done, sit up so I know you're ready to start your plank. You don't have to get up fast. Don't need the head rush, but just that signals to me that you're ready to move on. Getting set up, I'll call you in. Again, forearm, full extension. But I want you to keep that beautiful form that I saw in the last round. Everybody ready? And you're up. Think about contracting your abs. Think about pulling your belly button towards your spine. Focus on your breathing. Nice work, everyone. You're over halfway. Five more seconds. Down. 2 more. 1 more windshield wiper. 1 more plank. Actually, 2 more rounds, right? 2, yeah. I'm usually the one who forgets. All right. On your backs, windshield wipers. Go. Nice range of motion there, Trish. It's looking good. Make sure that your lower back is pressed into the mat and you're not arching your back to finish the movement. Nice, Tina. Great form. Second last plank of the evening, people. Getting into position. Getting ready. I'll do this one with you guys. And go. If I hit the clock, come on. Halfway. Five seconds. Down. Last 2 exercises. Windshield wipers and a plank. I know. But you guys got this. Everybody ready? Go on your own time. Keep your knees together. Good work. All right, last 30 seconds of work tonight, people. Y'all worked very hard. Getting into position, best form of the evening. I know you're tired. This is when your hips are going to drop, or you're going to want to bump that butt up. But I want to see perfect form. And go. Focus on your breathing. Pulling that belly button in towards your spine. You're more than halfway. 5 more seconds. And down. Good work, everyone. It's nice to see Tim. Give yourself some shoulder rolls. I can guarantee from what I saw tonight that a few of you are going to be feeling it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that.
Switching direction. And that's okay. That's good. Again, I want you to be workout sore, not acute pain sore. But for our first kick at the cat, no offense, Ivy, you did really well. She's coming in for a visit. She sees all of you guys on the screen. And drop. And up. And drop. Where's your training camp in March, Tim?
It's in Palm Coast, so sort of sandwiched between Orlando and Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
Florida. Yeah.
Nice. I'm booked for a week in Tarpon Springs, but we'll see.
Okay.
Cross arm stretch.
I think everything's up in the air with what's going on. So
Yeah. But as long as we can keep moving forward, there's hope, right?
yeah, exactly.
We will be in boats this year. Into a tricep stretch, everyone. And we are going to race this year. It's going to happen. Fully believe it. Switching arms. Cross arm stretch. Keeping those shoulders down. Good work. Switching to tricep stretch. It's a lot of upper body today. Release. Let's just do a standing trunk rotation. I'm sitting so you guys can see me, but just from the belly button, twist and hold. And release. Let's do a bit of a hamstring stretch, and then I'll let you guys go. Big breath in, dropping into a forward fold. Soft knees. Think about bringing your chest to your knees, feeling that release. Taking your hands to one side, and then back to center, and the other side. Rolling up slowly. Big deep breath in. And release. Great work, everybody.